So greetings, sir. It's a pleasure to have you on the
Pleasure
show.
being here. Pleasure being here.
Thank you so much. Today we have observed that it's very important to have a culture of innovation in schools. By this I mean giving students an opportunity and freedom to work on projects that give them excitement, a new platform and projects, and something that takes them out of their comfort zone. So can you share a few examples or your thoughts on how schools can create a culture of innovation in their
Absolutely.
schools?
What you're talking about is project-based learning,
Yes.
And we do know as educationists, all of us, that the bedrock of education is disruption. COVID was a great disruption, and look, it gave us a rare insight into education, and it gave us this, gift of clairvoyance. Educational clairvoyance, and that enabled us to kind of, pave the way for future. And a lot of things have happened. So we have to, in education, we have to use adversity, disruption being one of them. And for that, we need to take our children, and yesterday I was talking about it, we need to take our children out of the classes. We need to, experiential learning that we call it, so till the time they don't come across obstacles and impediments and hindrances that are strewn all over their way, they're not going to come up as, responsible, well-informed, confident individuals.
Correct.
So I think that's very important. Talking about projects, I have my first-hand experience in a sense. I used to, and this is something that I was also talking about yesterday. I was teaching iambic pentameter to my children.
Okay.
And I realized, irrespective of whatever effort you put in the class, it's almost near impossible to tell them as to what it is.
Right.
So you take them out of the class, take them on the stage, and do a Molière verse or do a Shakespeare,
Correct.
and they get this concept for life.
Yes.
Similarly, existentialism. The young children must know their raison d'être, this big existential question that we all face, and the answer has to be provided by the educationists. The parents, of course, yes, to a great extent, but also, we as a community, when we are dealing with these children, I think it's very important we let them know as to what existentialism is. That's the basic, question that education must answer. So existentialism, how do you teach them existentialism?
Correct.
Or how do you let them know what that existential question is?
Correct.
And for that you need to take them out of the class, do a Kafka metamorphosis, and this is something I've done.
Okay.
And I've realized. So once they do that, they're sorted for life,
Correct.
So amazing. This alchemy in education, this magic happens all the time.
Right.
Sometimes we are able to document it, sometimes not. But yes, I think I don't have a lot of hope of what transacts and transpires within the class. I think if education has to happen, it needs to be out in the open, away from the brick and the mortar, in the real world.
Correct.
If we want a different world, we need to create different pedagogies and different approaches to learning. And I think we as a country are mature enough today that we can bring in that change. I think I have great faith in the enormous potential of that education holds for all of us here in the country today. I've been to some of the best schools all over the world, and I find the potential that we have is immense, is enormous.
Correct.
So I don't know whether I've answered your question.
Absolutely, you have.
I've just been talking to you.
Absolutely.
It's such a pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And it's like, as rightly said by you, you have put your thoughts very well.
Yeah.
In fact, I completely agree, because when we say education happens outside the classroom, and it's very important to have project-based learning, because that is something which prepares you for the real workforce.
Exactly.
That's how, even if I talk about, say, organizing an event, this is where all your 21st century skills come into the picture, be it critical thinking, problem solving, communication.
Absolutely.
And when you get these kind of hands-on experience, you are at a different level altogether.
Exactly.
And when you go out in the real world, you know which skills to use, and you're well prepared for it.
Yes.
So as rightly put by you, thank you so much for that answer.
Thank you.
And would love to know your experience at GSLC Inspired.
I'd say it is. It's been magical.
Wow, thank you.
Do I get a better word other than
Absolutely.
it was? The eye for detail, everything has been worked out to perfection. The meals are wonderful, the stay is wonderful, the people extremely, hospitable and warm and affectionate. And normally I'm very, very critical when I travel outside. But this time round, even in Delhi, it was absolutely amazing. Out here, it was even more special. Not only because of the great hospitality, but I think also to a great extent because you get to meet your community. You get to meet the people, who have been your principals, who have been your colleagues,
Right.
and from all over the country. So
Correct.
absolutely magical. I mean, that's the best way. That would probably best encapsulate,
Yes.
what my experience has been.
Great.
Absolutely.
Thank you
not
so
not a single, hitch anywhere. Not a single problem anywhere. Absolutely wonderful. Yes.
Thank you so much. It was lovely interacting with you. Thank you so much
And,
for your time.
and a special word for Pankaj and Sunny.
Okay.
They're the ones who are the flag bearers of this entire movement.
Yes, yes.
They're doing a wonderful job. I mean, absolutely wonderful. To get the community together is extremely, challenging sometimes. And we're all kind of busy in our own little worlds. And to kind of to be able to break those barriers and to kind of move out and meet people is absolutely a wonderful experience. So Sunny and Pankaj, both of them are doing a great, great job.
Thank you so much,
And
sir.
anything that we can
Yeah.
do for this organization
Yeah.
as a school, as an organization, I mean, please feel free to approach us. And the way they've kind of fine-tuned everything is, I don't have words to express that. In fact.
Great, great. Thank you so much. It was
Thank
really
you,
kind
thank you,
of
thank
you.
you,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.